But
Happy
no,
New Year.
so no, while I was talking to my mans and them, I was telling them basically like there's nothing that we won't talk about here as long as it's something that pertains to men and men situations. So when I was
Absolutely.
talking, huh?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So it's like I'm okay with a good philosophical debate between the Christians and the Muslims or whatever, because belief, if a man don't believe in nothing, he can't do nothing. I don't care what nobody say. Listen, you can believe that God is a myth. You don't have to be like spiritually grounded into nothing for you to come to an understanding that you got to believe in something. Whether you believe in family, whether you believe in your ability to create stuff for a community purpose, whatever your core thing is, you don't necessarily find your stride in nothing until you find a purpose. And your purpose got to be based in something that you believe in. So you getting up and you making money and everything that you doing stuff like that, bro, it's like I never say that if it wasn't for your kids or wasn't for your wife, if it wasn't for the things that you do. But it's like I could tell anybody, like if
Hmm.
it wasn't for Brittany, if it wasn't for Jada, if it wasn't for that sense of purpose that got me up every day when I didn't want to get up, I wouldn't. I
Yeah.
wouldn't. You know, even to this day, it's like you still know it's just like, all right, well, you down here in Florida and you kind of doing it on your own. But even with you doing it on your own, you kind of in a situation where you still have to be accountable because of the fact that my daughter still needs me for things, even if we ain't in
And
the
she's
same.
going to for a while. You know,
Yeah, I mean, it's like
I
it's
don't expect her to not. I would say that I expect her to still be dependent on daddy and mom until she is waist deep in her career or waist deep in something that she actually truly loves and she could sustain a living from it.
well, even more so than that. I just think that when it comes down to your children, like you never stop parenting. You stop when you
Very-
die.
and to add some more sauce to them ribs, I was talking to, an individual, I think it was either yesterday or the other day, but she said that unfortunately, even in death, you are still responsible for taking care of your kids.
Well, the
Period.
thing is that creating a legacy, that's what our lives are here for, as men
That's right.
especially. My job is to make sure, according to the Bible, I'm supposed to leave a legacy for my children's children.
Correct.
So the benefits of my work, my labor, and everything that I do should be able to give a leg up to my kids that should benefit my grandchildren. If I'm
Correct.
fortunate enough to live long enough to see them ascend and to see my grandchildren ascend into adulthood, I should be able to. You should be able to sit in a room with me, and I got all of my offsprings, everything that came from my loins, all sitting around here sharing story time with grandma and grandpa, talking about what it was like back in our day, what we had to do, how we had to do. But they should be benefiting from everything that we did. You shouldn't be sitting back looking at a line of generational poverty in the same room to where it's like because I didn't do nothing. Now my kids start off or that mentality. I don't know. Yeah, y'all know. Y'all know. We all come from the same place. You know that mentality of, well, because my parents didn't buy me a car, I don't feel like I need to buy you a car. Or
Yeah,
because my parents didn't do
I
this
had
for
an
me,
individual.
right? You need to get out here and find your own. It's like, what type of nasty work is that to where you feel like if you not responsible for giving your child a leg up? There was nothing for me. When I graduated high school, I swear to God, May 22nd, 2004 was one of the worst days of my life. And that wasn't the worst day of my life because, first and foremost, out of all of my maternal brothers and sisters, I was the only high school graduate. Let's get that out the way. So I was only like me being in foster care out there in UP and being out there in Madison, me going through that experience is the only reason I walked high school because there was no legacy of graduation or expectation for graduation set for me ever. My grandmother didn't. Actually, no, I won't say my grandmother didn't. My mother didn't. My father didn't. All my brothers and sisters, none of them did. So that perceived curse with the gift inside of it set the standard to say that you don't really have a choice but to be more than what was set for you. But we got to take you out of that element so that you can see something else. But I was so resentful in graduation because I'm watching people get new cars as they get ready to go off to school. I'm watching their parents give them all expense paid trips to Jamaica and all these other things like that as graduation gifts and stuff. They going to Miami, they going to go do XYZ and stuff like that. And here I am. There ain't nothing. There's nothing waiting for me as my ascension into
And
adulthood.
that should be
No.
more, and that should be more an incentive to where that you should have that drive and desire to want to do that for yours. You know what I'm saying? I think that a parent is completely responsible for not only making sure that your child has the best advantage possible at life, but all them leg ups, like giving them a car when they graduate, especially when they earned it and deserved it. It needs to be there. The car needs to be there, and I think that there is a, a mentality, like you said. Well, my parents didn't give me one. I had to work for mine, so you should have to work for yours. But that's not giving your child a leg up. You know, there's plenty of other ways to teach your child about responsibilities and how to budget and manage and how to uh pretty much be a productive citizen or whatever you want to call it,
Member
but
society, whatever.
member of society, all that. But I think that the car, I think that is a parental responsibility. It ain't gotta be the newest 20, saying 2023, 2020. It ain't gotta be the newest, but it should definitely be something to where you don't have to worry about your child getting stranded and stuck on the side of the road. You know what I'm saying? So that one up, that leg up, I think that's an obligation. Period.
You know, it's funny, and Marvin get a chance once he get right. I want him to chime in on this because I know he knows a little bit about this as well. But one of those things that was I was watching the ever so controversial Tommy Sotomayor at one point in time in history, and he was saying a statement that I thought that was like, damn, that really makes a lot of sense. You have young athletes who are coming up through the ranks as soon as they Super Bowl win or as soon as they land that big contract, news reporter put the mic in their face and say, hey, what's the first thing that you're going to do? I'm going to go buy my mama a house.
Right.
But then it's like he say, well, you know who didn't say that? Peyton and Eli Manning didn't say that. You know why? Because they father bought their mama a house. You know who didn't say that? What's his name? The quarterback for Tampa.
Yeah.
It's like, you know who
Hmm.
didn't say that? Because his father bought his mother a house. We invested in you going to go play football, not so that we could get something on the back end so that you can secure your legacy. Your mom is fine because I got her. I've always had her, just like I had y'all. Now that y'all going to go do y'all thing, it's y'all turn to secure y'all legacy for y'all offsprings. That's a shame I couldn't remember Tom Brady's name. Like only the number one quarterback in the world. I couldn't remember his name. But respectfully speaking, that's where a lot of the poverty mindset kind of is. You owe me for giving you life and for investing in you versus I did everything. And again, it's like remember we mentioned that Mike Tyson quote last night.
You want me to say it?
No, 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 no. Just saying. I'm just making reference to it.
Yeah.
Um, actually, no. You go ahead and reiterate it. Go ahead.
So your mother does everything to ensure your survival, and your woman does everything to ensure her survival.
So now, what happens when they're doing it for your survival, but secretly behind closed doors, is to ensure that they get something back when you get old enough to produce.
I don't think that's a secret. I don't think that's a secret simply because every child, especially when you know that your parents was the bomb and you yourself develop uh your own mental state of I want to do that for my mom. I want to do that for my dad. I want to get my dad the newest truck. I want to get my mom the biggest house and all that. But to your point where, dad already bought mom a house. That's to me, that's the way it's supposed to be. You
But it's
know,
like your contributions are extra versus
my
it being the
contributions,
expectations that
right,
you supposed to.
my contributions are supposed to be a cherry on top. It's not. I don't think that a parent is supposed to be waiting for their child to become of age and then become some multi-million successful, what I'm saying, millionaire and doing this and doing that, and then now they get to eat off their child. I don't think that's not right. That's not right to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you are supposed to, first of all, we wasn't asked to be here. So, and you also know that you're gonna get older. So it's your responsibility to make sure that you got things set in place to be able to take care of yourself when you start to hit these ages to where you're not able to move like you used to. You can't use your hands like you used to and things of that nature. And then your child is supposed to come in and either be more or less just a supportive what do you call that, co-star or supporting actor. Support, I'm supposed to be a supporting actor in your life. I'm not supposed to be the lead actor.
Your
Your
Marv, are you
husband,
there?
your husband or your wife is supposed to take the lead, and I'm just supporting. That's it.
I think I'm good. Hear me?
Yeah.
Yo, yeah.
Am I good? Or am I
Hmm.
copy?
You a little choppy, but it's cool. We gonna get it.
All right.
Hold on. What's going on, young Prince?
Hello.
What's up, Prince and EO?
My back hurts.
Your back hurt.
Do some
When the
push-ups. They'll
football,
get you right.
when your football season start back up?
I'm not sure.
Well, you
I was
need to
gonna
talk
try.
to the coach and find out.
He said he's trying out baseball.
Boy, I was a starting pitcher, bro. I got you. I was a starting pitcher for 3 years.
Hey man, baseball is my favorite sport, low key, and I can't play a lick.
To keep it a buck, they the most paid athletes. Just throwing that out there.
They have the least stipulations that secures their
Oh, they
bag.
go Prince Junior Junior.
Hi.
What's going on, Simba?
It's hot.
but
Want some pizza?
but yeah,
Brought me some.
the father or the mother, they already know that they are going to become of age to where working is going to be non-existent. It's going to be a hassle to non-existent, and it is their responsibility to put things in order and things in place so that they would be well off when they reach those years where they can't work. And then the child is supposed to be a supporting factor. That's it. I'm not supposed to completely fund every single thing, because you got to understand that I most of the time the child has a family too, has a child, has a wife and a husband too, has more
Even
than
just
one child.
aspirations. Even just aspirations of wanting those things.
So I got a career of my own, or you got a career of your own, or she has a career of her own, and I think that's to me that's a tad bit unfair when you already knew that these things were gonna happen to you.
I agree and disagree. You shouldn't be relying on your kid. However, I do
Period.
believe it's son's job to take care of you if shit goes down, because he's the head of the family now. As our family, we're having the family. Like right now, who called it for the family? What daddy says. And it's like, it's a lot of
That's being
people
supportive. That falls under
yeah.
the guidelines of being supportive. Of
Yeah,
course.
I do believe if my son become a multi-billionaire, I know the goddamn well, if I became a multi-billionaire, I'd do it for a lot of people that I put together. So I know
That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying because I become a multi-billionaire, millionaire, billionaire that you're not entitled to anything or I'm not going to share with you. That is absolutely not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is the level of reliance.
at all.
That's what I'm talking about. Of course I'm going to give you if I become if I'm 3 times multi-million, I'm probably going to give you one and make you a millionaire. You see what I'm saying? Now, what you do with that is on you. There's no way that I'm going to give you $1 million and then I'm still expected to be a reliable source to take care of you when I gave you a bucket.
Well, let's look at it from this point of view. You have so many of these young athletes, especially in our community, that they go broke because people had this mentality that because you're the high earner, that
Right.
you should be
You
getting.
got to take care of everybody.
Well, not even everybody. A lot of these times, like look at Bow Wow. His mother was the one who did it to him. You got Lil Romeo claiming that his daddy did it to him.
Right.
So a lot of times you have to understand the fact that because of the fact that there's an expectation that I'm supposed to give, like you gave me life. That was the greatest gift you could have gave me, but you gave me that. I didn't have a say-so in the matter. There's not some automatic contract that because of the fact that you gave me life, that I'm supposed to take care of you for the rest of your life. However, what I do believe, and this is what I believe, those years that you invest in your children to lead them into successful existences, there's an understanding of reciprocity. You know, that's my word. So
Exactly.
therefore, I know that my mom is going to get too old to work. I know that she's going to be in a city. I know this, and I understand that there's a duty that comes along with being a male child that I have
Correct.
to pour back in. But
Correct.
again,
Yes.
that comes along with your ascension into manhood. What it does not say is you were a terrible parent. You gave nothing, you did nothing, and I'm still supposed to be obligated to just give you everything that I have to offer.
100%. If you're not say that shit at all. No. If you're a great parent, you should be Reciprocity was a perfect word.
Well, yeah. Well, that's what I said. I said if your parent was a wonderful parent, fantastic parent, and extraordinary parent, then yeah, you are going to have the mindset of I'm going to give back to my parents.
But here's the thing, right?
Absolutely. I
But
was
here's
just talking about the level of reliance.
but here's
The expectation of reliance shouldn't be there.
yeah, I agree with that.
I'm
Because
just
your
a
daddy is
supporting
gonna get up
actor
and
in
work
this
until he
movie.
can't work no more. He
I'm
gonna
just
get
a
up.
supporting actor in this movie. Yes.
I'm
Right.
extra. I'm extra.
Yeah.
Now the thing is when I'm like this. This is why like I made the comment about Eli and Peyton Manning. They daddy already bought their mama a house. So if you go ahead and you buy me a brand new truck or you do the renovations or you say, hey, I'm gonna buy y'all a bigger house and y'all keep that one and rent it out or do whatever it is that y'all want to do. Daddy already secured that because that's his job.
Which what daddy was supposed to do.
So that's my
Period.
job. So at the end of the day, when it comes down to anything that goes on in my household, no matter what my situation is, maritally or not, I have an obligation to that woman to make sure she's straight. Whether I like it or not, I have an obligation to make sure she's straight. Now, the thing is that with my mother, I'm not going to let my mother be homeless. I'm not going to let her be hungry.
Facts.
But I always have to dial back to the fact that when you had this choice and this choice, you made this choice. which was contrary to pouring anything into your children that would produce something that would actually grow into something that could make or break lives. So when I look at the choices that some people make, right? Some people come from middle class existences. They make decisions that are contrary to any level of common sense, wind themselves up in prison, wind themselves up into certain systems that drastically limit their ability to produce at the highest level possible. That's one thing. But you may have actually been good parents and tried to straight them into the right direction. But we do know that sometimes, especially in this modern culture, mommy got to work a lot, daddy got to work a lot. So the streets and entertainment captivate these boys.
And we
We
see that.
know
We
that.
understand that. We know mom and dad is at work, making sure that I'm straight, making sure that I got food and clothes and all that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we're deprived of building memories and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of other situations that take place in that, you know what I'm saying, that don't necessarily constitute a parent to be a bad parent. You know, things are going on to make sure that the household and the structure of the household is stable. But I mean, to your point, yeah. To your point, yes.
I mean, as far as concerned, like right now, like, because like remember when me and Marvin we were talking in the clubhouse about our pops they conditions. You know what I'm saying? It's like I have other brothers, but I know that I'm the most stable of all of my brothers. I got one in prison and one that's just kind of living in obscurity at the moment. I know that they cannot, and even if they could, they probably would not pour into my old man. So, me in all good faith and all good conscience, I know for a fact that it's like I can't not check on my old man. I know I can't not make sure that he okay. I feel like
Right.
that's my job. But when you pour into the memories about when certain things happen, your inner child get to connecting with those. When I had my first fight with somebody, where was my old man at? He was right there cheering me on. Yeah, it was some hood shit, but at the same time, it was what it was. He was there. And you know what happened? Is that I won. I knocked dude out because I didn't want to disappoint my old man. A lot of kids don't know what it feels like to be in a situation where it's like, damn, I don't want to disappoint my dad. The feeling of saying, man, I don't even want to tell my dad what's going on because I know what's getting ready to happen when I get it. A lot of people don't know that feeling. Now, mind you, him not being my biological father, but he was the man that was there as early as I can remember. That's the face. That's the person that's going to always have because you were there in those in the times that seemed the worst. You was the face that was there. You was the one who picked me up when I was an infant. You the one who carried me around on your shoulders and paraded me around everywhere. You were the one who showed me you had pride in me before I was old enough to know what it was. So when I look back at that 30 years later, now you sick, the heroin and took its toll on you, the world didn't did what it did. Sometimes you feel like you made your decisions, but I still have a place right here to make sure that whatever I can do, I should do.
Right. I agree with that wholeheartedly. So I mean, so what is our, you know what I'm saying, general consensus here? What are we agreeing to? What are we disagreeing to?
I don't think there's an agreement or a disagreement. I mean, everybody's situation is mutually exclusive.
Everybody kind of said the same. Of all the core principles saying the same.
I mean, to
I think
to, to
so.
Marva's point, we pretty much did say the same thing. It's not my job to do it, but there's an obligation that comes along with your ascension into manhood to know that you have a greater purpose to care for the people around you.
Correct. Yeah. And I think that, everybody coming with their own way of explaining it because, yeah, you're right. We did all agree and to
But it's
say the
not.
same thing, but somebody might understand it from the way Phil said it. Somebody might understand it the way I said it. Somebody might understand it the way Marvin said it. So I think this is good dialogue.
Well, Marvin, you were saying something and it got chopped off when Marvin started speaking. What were you saying?
But Midas is right because it's not a responsibility, but it is a duty, and you know, some people don't do that. There's homes full of people who just got through in nursing homes because they kids ain't want to deal with it.
Right.
It's like essentially what happens to you. You can't care for yourself anymore. It's essentially up to your children because you can have all the money in the world and get an evil nurse that fuck you up every time she do.
Yeah.
You know what
Yep.
I'm saying? And you can't even really speak because you old as fuck. You know what I'm saying? But you can have some bogus shit like that going on.
I honestly think we need to do away with the nursing homes. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe we're the only country that got that. Everybody else, they're old, they're matriarchs and patriarchs and all their older generations in their family. The rest of the family bands together to house and feed and take care of the older generation.
That,
And it needs to be the same thing here. It's supposed to be family oriented. We're all
we,
supposed to be working as one unit, taking care of each other.
we looked that up. Well, that would be cool. It sounds perfect. I just
Hold on, let me go ahead. Let me do my due diligence real quick.
Yeah, I
that's
believe
the
I'm
only,
correct.
if we the only country, that's sad, bro. But I mean, where would they go? Some of them, like people that don't have families, that didn't have children and grew old, and they was the only child, and all their cousins and uncles and aunties are dead, and they can't take care of themselves. They become
That's a
wards of,
special case. That
and go.
that that's a special case, and they definitely need a facility for someone like that to go. You have to have somewhere
They're
for somebody like that to go.
going
You have to.
nursing homes. That's why I have a hard time believing that we're the only place that got them.
Hold on. I got some tea real quick. Hold on, let me put it on the screen.
The T moment.
So I don't know if y'all can see that. Let me see if I can blow that up real quick.
That actually looks a whole lot better. I can actually read the screen. Yes, like
All right,
clear as
cool.
day.
All right, so when you sit there and you look at that, it's telling you that it's just like population of 65-year older, United Kingdom, France, Canada, United States, Australia will catch up slightly and surpass Germany as far as the number of old people. History of long-term care. Historical long-term care elderly has been viewed predominantly by individual and family rather than a governmental responsibility. The role of
Boom.
government and or church was residual insofar as communities felt obliged to offer charitable assistance to destitute elders who did not have family to take care of them. Until
Boom.
2001, some European countries, for example, Germany, continued to require financial contributions from adult children if elderly parents were admitted to institutional care. The United States and United Kingdom continue to maintain the primacy of personal financial responsibility for long-term care by requiring elderly disabled persons to spend down their own income and assets paying for care in nursing homes and by means testing access to
I'm
home
sorry,
delivery.
what? You
You say
said
what?
What'd you
Did I
say,
read it?
Marv?
you said care where?
Said paying for care in nursing homes and by means testing access to home delivered social support, delivered nursing care, who's covered under medical insurance.
So they have no. Um, they have.
So basically what it's saying is the fact that they do have, or they've always had them, but the nursing homes were for people who did not have families.
Who didn't have families.
So, and even
So
then,
so so to your point, Marvin, you was right on the money when you was like, well, where are these other people supposed to go? They always had them. But for those that had family, the family took care of them.
And for the most part, that's how it's supposed to be. Here is just the United States. You fucked up in the head. Gee, we don't give a fuck about family or shit else.
Yep.
We'll let we in the news every day for killing parents to get life insurance and shit. Like,
Yep.
we got real life women getting married so that they can have children, get alimony and child support, and never have to work.
Right. They make a career out of it. You know, they 2-3
Right,
times married.
right. Trained to do this from birth. You got dudes out here that's real life, scheming and cracking cards, like all types of stupid shit that people in other countries would find dishonorable. We got motherfuckers out here having kids by anybody. Like anybody eating there can have a fucking kid. Like,
I mean, because as we know, there's a financial incentive just to bring the kid into the world.
yeah, she gets paid while you can get a threat of jail. Like, it's fucking crazy. But so with that being known, all that make perfect sense.
To go away, dog. That's so dumb. You mean to tell me or tell any other man that they gotta pay child support, they gotta stay on top of the child support, and if you don't, you go to jail. So I'm already not, quote unquote, not doing my part in taking care of paying for the kid. But then you're gonna lock me up, and not only is the kid already not having support on this end, but then you're gonna take me away from him, so now he can't see me and he don't get the support.
See, okay,
So
look.
now you finna fuck this kid all the way
You
up.
you skipped a step. First, after I
Okay.
gotta pay to be on child support and all of that, then I have to pay the state every year for facilitating child support. As if I'm thankful for it. It's like paying gratuity to the state for letting child support.
For
Giving them a
allowing
tip,
me to pay support.
Yes. Yeah.
giving
You
them a
have to
tip
pay
to garnish
I
my
have to pay the
wages.
state.
they
I got
pay
to give
that
them a.
taxes, sir.
So I
They will
so I got to give the so I got to give the state a no Vaseline check
yes.
as a thank you for
Yes.
allowing me to pay it.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And if you don't, they take it out your taxes. Then they before you go to jail, they suspend your license.
Yep, heard
Then
about that. Heard stories about that.
yeah, then the sheriff come get you and lock you up, and then you go stay in court, and then they garnish your wages. And then if you quit your job, if they feel you did it intentionally, they lock you up for 90 days and then get you out. And then you can be an ain't shit baby daddy. And just be like, I ain't got no money. And then they put you at like $50 a month. Yeah. Now they take they did. We ain't gonna act like it's all bad. We did get a couple victories. Now they take the woman's income into consideration too here in Illinois.
Yeah.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
if you want to look it up right now to show people, Mike, you
I'm
definitely
already
can.
on it.
The Illinois child support calculator, as you will see the difference. It asks for how many overnights you have with the baby. Who pays this? Who pays that? All of this. What is her income? How many overnights do she got with the baby? Woo 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 woo, all the way down, and then it gives out a supposedly fair
Let me know
number.
when you're ready for me to pull it up.
Pull it up. Yeah. Now go ahead, put some fake numbers in there. See what you can get.
All right. Hold on. This is just explaining what it is.
This is just an explainer. Yeah.
Okay, go to Google. It'll take you straight to it. Oh, I guess that's what you did, huh? Did you put Illinois?
Yeah.
Oh, estimator
Illinois
right
child
there.
support
Support
calculator. I literally
estimator
put,
right there.
Be the state of
Oh,
Illinois.
calculator and worksheet.
It'll be a .gov.
Yeah, because this right here was the .gov. It's Illinois.gov. Like literally, it's just right there on the actual website. Just didn't pop up with an actual calculator.
There we
Here
go.
we go. Here we go.
I'm all
Number
right.
of children,
Put 2.
2 kids.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have majority parenting time?
See, you'll
Yes.
know there's no custody. Parenting time.
Let's say, how many overnights do you exercise with children annually? Let's say,
Understand this too. Do you have majority parenting time means are you the custodial parent? It's just they're not a lot. They don't put custody in here like that no more. They try to tone it down. You might see it here and there, but for the most part, it's parenting time. So how many overnights do you have with the child? It's 365 days in a year. Put in half.
365, 182.
182. Yep, 183 to be.
All right.
Mhm.
Please select your income type. Let's say 75,000.
Mhm.
What is your net income? 58,000.
Yeah, that's a good number.
All right. Please select your parents and please select the other parent's income style. Sure. And we're gonna say
Put equal and see what it does.
75,000. Do you receive spousal maintenance? No.
No.
Does the other parent receive spousal maintenance? No. Do you
What is
pay
that? Now, real quick. What is spousal maintenance? I ain't never heard of that. What is
like
That's
spousal
spousal?
support? I imagine
It,
like alimony.
spousal support, alimony. Yeah, that means that you were married and you provided a certain lifestyle. Like you married, you preserved, you made so much more money than her all while y'all were married, and that means you provided a certain lifestyle, which entitles her to still live that lifestyle, even though she's not with you. To
now,
maintain.
now, what if you didn't though? What if you did make this extraordinary amount of money, but y'all just living in a regular family home? Just
All that matters
regular.
is what does the number say? You provide this much money lifestyle, so she still deserves to live something like that. So you need to pay her for her spousal maintenance
So
every
she
month.
was if she was in a house in a nicer area, Country Club Hills, and now she with her income she's going for to live in Fort Heights, you got to at least put her in Midlothian.
There you go.
All right, so
Okay,
let's continue.
all right, that makes sense. Okay.
So you pay spousal maintenance? No. Does the other parent pay spousal maintenance? No. Are the children receiving Social Security dependent benefits? No. Multi-order, you pay additional child support. Do you pay child support pursuant to court order for children not included in this estimate? No. Does the other parent pay? No. Do you have any additional
You
children?
notice, I'm sorry. You notice how it's asking for both all
Right.
the way down. It
Yeah.
didn't always do that. The first calculator was just you, my man. But keep going.
All right. So, do you have additional children for whom you are legally responsible for, who you're not including the estimate for whom they are not in order for support? Let's say no. Does the other parent? No. Who is providing health insurance? I am. Family. Oh, come on, man.
Yeah, it's like that.
All right.
What's
So,
what's the normal cost of insurance? What, 130 a month if you got a W-2?
Bullshit.
that my insurance now I work for the government. My insurance is $200 a month, and that's covering the whole family.
Yeah, mine. My company covers up to $500, but my policy for me is $450 a month. If I added a Leah to it, it would be almost double. They said an extra 400, so it would be $900 a month. Well, $850 a month.
I need a government job.
See now
Yeah.
this saying
No, my company.
I need a government job.
I got
who's
a big.
providing health insurance. See now this not telling me annually or otherwise.
I
Okay,
would just do it annually, just to
bi-weekly.
bi-weekly. Okay.
Okay, there we go. So do you pay child care expenses for children, including this? No.
You
Does
don't
the
pay
other
child
parent?
care. You don't. Your kid don't go to daycare.
My child is 14.
I'm not talking about. I'm about the dude we using for example, John
Okay,
Doe.
okay. So all right, cool.
Okay, all right. Put yeah, all right.
All right.
And
So,
and that's what
Well,
150 a week, 200 a week in
I
deal.
yeah, I think ain't daycare like $1.50 a week.
I was paying 150 a week, and that was with a discount. And it's really
Is that one kid or two kids?
it's $50
one
a
kid,
day
two.
per.
Hold on, we said how many kids? We said two kids. So
Two.
that's
Okay,
double.
talking about
So that'd be
$100 a day. $100
That's
a
two.
day. So a week, that's five. Yeah, that's damn near $1,000. Yeah, buddy, for two
There you
kids.
go.
Yeah.
Say, do you pay extraordinary school and extracurricular expenses for children? You know I do, because my son gonna be a football player. He gonna play for the Chicago Bears and redeem my
Right.
point.
$200.
200, and that's gonna be monthly. Does the other parent know she gets away with everything? Please correct the highlighted errors. Say, please select annual,
oh.
annually, annual. So medical support. So they give you a medical credit. It look like other
It's
parent pays zero.
paying. Yeah. See, so if you got a girl that make what you make, you ain't gotta pay nothing. And if you pay insurance, she gotta go half on it. And if you pay childcare, she gotta go half on it. That is Illinois. It just don't go like that. Because you can fall in a boat like me, where you had a case before this, and then they say, "Well, I ain't gonna." Yeah, it's a thing. It's a definite thing. But is that not a win for us? You got to take them where you can get them.
I
Yeah.
mean, I gotta
That's a
say that.
huge win.
I
I
gotta
mean,
say that.
especially since you brought up that Illinois is doing debit cards now.
They've been doing that. Yeah, it's been like that since before Aaliyah. Yeah, so that's more than 10, 50. Aaliyah's almost 10. Yeah, so that's like they've been doing that for longer than 10 years. They
Yeah,
give
down
you
here in Florida, they do it too.
like I pay out of my check, it goes to the state disbursement unit, which is why you got to pay that handy dandy fee
Yeah,
every year.
because you got to pay them to handle the money.
Ain't no question. And they put it on her debit card.
Now, does that debit card have restrictions?
That's the part. What? But I mean, what would it really restrict? If it made it so that you could only
She
buy
can't.
food,
She can't go get her hair done. She can't go buy liquor. She
Well, you
can't go
can't,
so
buy gas.
let's
She
because
about
the
this.
can't.
thing is,
About this. Let's think about this. First, they are gonna let her buy gas because she used it as a car to transport your child. Second, they are gonna let her put on the bills because your child live in the house. So if whatever is she could spend the money on, she just gonna spend it on that and use the money that she was gonna spend on that on whatever else she wants. It ain't gonna matter. It's gonna make everybody feel better though. I'll tell you that.
especially, I mean, because like your daughter got to get her head done. You can't, you're not gonna hyper scrutinize to verify. Oh, was it you sitting in the chair? Or was it your daughter sitting in the chair?
But
There
it
you
should.
go.
Or was it your
You hyper
son?
scrutinize people's taxes. Why not?
Well, again, because they're
Why
not getting
not?
paid to do that. You got
You
to
gotta
understand.
upload a picture of your daughter in the chair every time you pay for.
Fucking right, and load that shit to talking parents.
Hey,
Fucking
that's
right.
uploaded in the talking parents. That shit crazy.
I mean, one thing. I mean, the one thing I look at with that is just like it made me really sit there and look at the fact that there are some strides that are being made toward leveling the playing field. Now, it may not
Yeah,
be blanket across the board, but it do show that somebody somewhere is listening
it's
to
a
the
move in
cries
the
of
right
me.
direction.
I mean, it's moving in a direction.
Yeah,
Because at the end of the day, the way I look at it, for Illinois to be such a massively blue state and to give fathers rights the way that they do, that's probably more impressive to me than anything else.
That's the thing. It's a big thing. It's a big deal because I was paying when it was 20%. I went and played in front of the judge when they, because hey, you remember how you was talking about your simp moment? You want to hear it? Here it go. So Aaliyah was born. We fell out all of that stuff. We started going to court. We got back cool. I call myself listening. yeah, I got you. We're going to see. We're going to be cool because motherfuckers are jumping in and out. You know how that shit goes. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. So then, now, it's the day before court. I wake up next, so I look, yeah, this shit gonna be easy. Go up in this bitch. We agreed on $300 a month, you know, just so we'll have something on paper and we're gonna be cool anyway. It ain't gonna matter, you know, baby cool. So she got me going. We walk in that bitch together. We sit down together. That shit was lovely. It was like, yeah, hell yeah. Then the state's attorney did this right here. Hold on, I'm gonna show you. He was like, excuse me? Can you come here real quick? She came right over there, and they went out in the hallway. I'm like, she finna tell him what it is. They gonna put it up there. We stamp it. We gone.
Oh, she told him what it was. All right.
Oh, no, he told her. And see, opportunity strikes, and these motherfuckers lose their mind. They don't know what to do no more. So I guess he must have told her, like, you sure that's all you want? Because this is what you can ask for. She was like, you know, I don't remember making no deals. But, you know, I'm thinking she out there telling what's going on. So she come back in, and I look, and she walking all the way to the other side of the courtroom. I'm like, man, what the fuck?
On the real, what the hell going on?
I'm right
Am I
here.
getting set up?
The seat right here. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you doing? And she went and sat down and would not look at me. That's when I knew I had fucked up.
She gave you that YSL treatment.
Same dude around the corner, and he called me out there like, yeah, come on out here. He just had a little more bass in his voice when he's talking to me. I'm like, the fuck? Get out there. He like, hi, I'm the state's attorney. So we're looking at getting about $1,300 out of you. You know, that's the number we're looking at. I said, who's we? Because now I told you, I'm simped out. I'm thinking that she done told him what it was. And I done made up in my head a reason why she on the other side of the courtroom now. Like, oh, they made her go over there. I'm like, boy, I know she just told you what it was. We agreed on $300. And y'all know that. Because we already still rocking. You seen her come in with me. What is you talking about? He was like, according to her, I don't think you guys have any type of arrangement. I said, boy, you better go talk to that girl. I don't know what the fuck you got going on. Man, he go in there. He tell me wait right there. He bring her out in the hallway on the other side. Now I'm trying to spy and hear what's going on. Motherfuckers around the corner like, I don't shit about what he talking about. Tell him I need that whole 13. Fuck you talking about 300. Nigga tried to short me. I'm like, what the fuck? You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying?
Oh,
so
yeah,
then I'm in front of the judge. So he come back to me and go, hey, man, she said ain't no arrangement. That shit over with. I say, man, well, look, I'm not agreeing to that, so I don't know what you want to do. He like, well, we're going to have to go in front of the judge. I'm like, guess we do. Fang, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Then we go in there, and I meant that in the asshole way, not in the hate slur, for the record. You gotta,
for the record.
We go up in there, we in front of the judge, and the judge like, why shouldn't you pay this much money? Boy, my heart broke. I down there got in the tears. I know my voice was cracking and shit. I was like, Your Honor, I can't afford that. Well, I was dying in there. I couldn't even talk. When that man told me, the state's attorney got a thing, was like, we're seeking, it went up from what it was in the hallway. It was like $1,400 some shit. Like, we want $1,400 a month. We'll take $700 bi-weekly out of each paycheck. I was like, nigga, I'm
that's rough.
Like, cry, bro.
That's rough.
You gotta know, at the time, I'm not even making 50, but they was like, your taxes, they say you make 50 something, and I don't care what you gotta pay, because at that time the law was 20%, nigga. So if it looked like you made this much, it don't matter how much of that was bonuses. It don't matter how much of that is not normal income that you're going to get. You paying 20% of what you get for the year. And so it was going for it. So I played with the judge. Right. I was like, and the judge looked me up and down, seeing what I was wearing. And now that I'm older, I guess I look at it like, I guess he was like, nigga got a cheap suit on. He can't have no money like that. You know what I'm saying? That's probably what he was on. He was probably like, you got a cheap suit. I ain't gonna do you like that. So then he said it at what he said it at, and it's been there. Now the laws have changed. I can go back to court and be like, hey, look, and something will shake, but then there's a whole lot of other things that they have behind it to cushion it. See, notice what I told you. If I put her on my insurance, it's an extra $500 a month. Now, granted, if I go to court, they'll distinguish child support. They'll make her pay half of it. That don't mean she going to though. And if
Right.
she don't, you got to pay a lawyer, go back to court, or you ain't really got to pay a lawyer. You can summon her yourself and go back to court. But it's still the time, energy, effort. You got to get a court date, wait another 30 days, and you got to keep it paid and up to date all the way through that. You be done went through court for a year, and then they say, well, she just ain't got it. We can't squeeze water out of rock. So now you sitting here paying twice as much. Now, baby need braces. You ain't going to the state for that no more. You gonna pay that $5,000 out of your pocket, player.
Yep.
Oh, and then if you don't pay it, there go your driver's license, your ability to
Right.
earn money.
So they make it so that it's
And
like if
everything
you leave
else. Yep.
child support and stay getting a medical, whatever the fuck, and they make it out to like it's cheaper for you in the long run. Because if you screw yourself, you see what I'm saying? Now, granted, if she got the money and don't pay the shit, they could throw her in jail. They could do whatever they want to do to her, but that ain't gonna get you the money. They garnish her wages.
Right.
That's not gonna give you the money. That'll give you the money, but if she quit her job because you garnished her wages, you ain't getting no money. See what I'm saying? And at the end of
Now
it,
I
you
did
still
see
have to pay.
one court hearing. I forgot the young lady's name. It's a black judge where she ordered the mother to get a for real job because she left a job. I think she was making like 75 to like $100,000 a year, and she purposely left that job and went and got, I think, some cashier ass job on purpose so she wouldn't have to pay anything or something like that. And the judge ordered her to go back to that job and or find another job where she can, because she had the capability of making that amount before.
Okay. Now, question: what
So
happens if you say okay and she don't do it? Then what? You gonna
that
put her?
part I don't know.
You
That
gonna
that
put her
that
in?
part I don't know.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You got to look at the outcome. That at the end of the day, you still gonna be paying the money, and she
I
not.
just know what was ordered during that
All you
hearing.
do is
Yeah,
shit.
that's
My judge, boy, there was an order went across where it was like, if you do this, you going to jail, and then motherfucker did it, and they was like, you know. So it's like, yeah, that'll be the order. The order says this, which means in order for you to enforce that order, you have to do this. That means I'm coming back to court to prove to you whether I got a job or not. I come back to court to prove that I got a job. Oh, I still don't have no job. Why? Well, I was looking. Job market's hard. Layoff season. Shit just didn't happen for me. Well, she could be like, well, you going to jail. Okay. If they put her in jail, you still ain't going to have no money. They still not going to. She going to have to
I
get
mean,
out of jail, get a job, and
but that
back. But, you know,
well, that
like,
turns right around to saying earlier.
right. They make it
You gonna take my L's. You gonna take my L's. You gonna lock me up, and there still ain't no money.
still ain't no money. Right. Well, you
I
know,
mean,
Pritzker supposedly put through this law that child support can't take your license because of that. Because if they take your license, how you gonna go get money? So, but so
Exactly.
that's
Come on, man. That is
well, think about it
logical.
like
Come on,
this.
man.
I mean,
A
think about it like
5-year-old
this.
could have figured that out.
Well,
yeah.
look at it from this perspective. For some people, it ain't even about the money. It's about the ability to be vindictive towards you for a failed relationship.
We got dinner, fellas. I'm about to get out of here.
Give my hug through the phone.
You already know it. You got it, handsome.
All right,
uh,
y'all. Last minute wrap up before you get out of here, man. Last minute wrap before you get out of here.
so, all right, y'all.
All right. Midas, you want to give your last minute wrap up before we get out of here?
Uh, the same. Always gonna be the same. Like, share, subscribe, click the bell. We are on our 1,000 subscriber run, so please make sure that you share this out with everybody across the universe, all the way out to Pluto. Let everybody know that the extraordinary men are here. We're here to stay. This is definitely a manosphere platform where individuals can come in here and they can let their head down, talk about these stresses. We got tons and tons of different topics that we talk about that's man related, for help tips, relationship tips, career tips, credit tips, you name it. It's all right here in this space. And it was just brought to my attention earlier when Mike over there was talking with one of his guys about the space for religion. Uh, that's a space here too. You know, every man is welcome here. There's something here for you. Also, make sure that you check out my channel, the Black Pill Reactions channel, where I'll be reacting to a lot of relationship related topics. And also make sure that you tune in Tuesday and every Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm sorry, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Saturday is 10 a.m. Central Standard Time, 11 Eastern Standard Time. And then Friday, we will be on Clubhouse. So please make sure that you check us out there. That's also at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and then every other Sunday. Today was kind of just a spontaneous day. We was in the mood to put out some more content. So we went ahead and did that for you guys. And I hope you enjoyed. Like, share, subscribe. We need 1,000 subscribers. Help us out.
You dig? Oh, that's more than a mouthful. Definitely got to say, for sure. We are humbly appreciative for everybody who's taking time to watch our content. If you guys are looking for us, I'll go ahead and I will share the YouTube channel with you guys where y'all can see it whenever y'all want to see it. This is what our YouTube channel looks like to anybody that is trying to view it, so you'll know when you're there. That right there, that is the pretty looking page that you will see once you are trying to get into the manosphere. So please take your time, look up the Extraordinary Men, youtube.com at Extraordinary Men, and it'll take you directly to us. Every subscription counts. Right now we're at 118. We're trying to get to that 1,000 real quick and beyond. So without further ado, I'd like to say to you guys, salute to everybody that's here, that's checking out our content religiously or in passion. Thank you to our honored guests, the guys who continue to come back, continue to be part of the content flow, that continue to believe in this thing and continue to invest into this thing that we're doing. I absolutely love every last one of you guys, whether you believe it or not. And on top of that, have a happy new year, according to what Midas background says.
Yes, sir.
All right, so peace, everybody. Thank you.